Hi, what is worse for a cellar, warm temperature or bad lighting? Let's ask Justin again. Hey Justin, what is worse for a cellar, warm temperature or bad lighting?
Well, both are bad, but weirdly enough, the worst of the two is actually light. I bet a lot of you didn't think about that, but it's not something that we usually think about, right? Because we just think that all cellars are dark and damp and the bottle just magically comes up out of there and everything's fine. But what happens when you go to the wine shop or you go to a restaurant with one of those super fancy wine display cases where all the bottles are sitting there like this, all pretty, with bright-ass lights just shining all over them? Or the fact that a lot of cellars have cellar teams who work in them and the lights are probably on a lot of the time. Well, light is the devil. Okay, that's weird in a biblical sense. But anyway, let me explain why. Not to get too over nerdy, but it all comes down to UV. Now, I spoke about light penetration in the large format talk we just had, in how much less the light can penetrate a bottle when, of course, it has thicker glass in a larger format. Now, what happens is UV light, especially blue light, vibrates on a wavelength which absolutely acts like a meat grinder for wine. It just slices through those bottles and, weirdly enough, activates the riboflavins, or as you would say, vitamin B2, together with the pantothenic acids already present in the wine. And when these get excited, they start grabbing amino acids and creating sulfury compounds in the wine, which means if you get a bottle of champagne or a beautiful bottle of white or rosé that's probably in a clear bottle to show the delicious color of the juice inside, and it's been stored like that, you're gonna get a nice fat glass of sauerkraut. I mean, I like it on my hot dogs, but I do not like it in my glass. And best case scenario, it's just gonna taste super dull, like a knife that you're more likely to hack your finger off with than slice a tomato. And that's what happens with way too many champagnes. I've spoken with so many houses, especially some of the super famous ones, which are known for having these clear bottles, because after doing tastings with them, which was insane, showing us a bottle which came straight from the cellar under black foil, and another bottle which had been in a shop for 1 week. One tasted like nada, niente, nothing. And the other one was beautiful. I mean, don't we all buy our wines from shops and things which have old fluorescent lights and of course sunlight and everything just flooding through the place? I mean, how many places do we go actually have cellars? Not too many, right? So I hate to shatter your entire reality, but there might be some of you out there who have never had a 100% proper bottle of champagne. Oh, the humanity. It's true. Now, some companies obviously do things against that, like most famously, Cristal. Of course, it's not bottled in the same crystal decanter that was for the Tsar back in the day, but they kind of emulate that with their sort of iconic bottle. What do? They wrap it in orange foil. Other champagne houses, for example, send their wines in boxes, which you're supposed to keep them in to also prevent this light penetration. So the real solution is actually clear. If you're gonna light your cellar or illuminate a case or anything to show off your bottles, make sure it's an LED light in the amber spectrum. These light waves vibrate on a much different wavelength, much higher than blue and UV light, and thus aren't like wrecking balls for your beautiful wine. It's actually totally okay. So if you've ever seen a picture or you've been in a champagne cellar, that's why it has this eerie amber or orange glow. So next time you go to buy a beautiful bottle of juice that happens to come in a clear bottle, check the surroundings. How's the light? Where's the bottle sitting? Because I guarantee you, if you ever get to compare that for yourself, your life will be changed forever.
Thank you so much.